Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
This is Radio.
Back again for number 10. Join Big B, DK, and Mike Jolitz for all the hot topics, weird news, and shenanigans. It's Cave Crew Radio, Season 10 at cavecrewradio.com.
Oh, good evening it is. They're starting to pile in for the pre-show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DK. I'm live in my cave in Windsor, Ontario. Big show we'll talk about in just a minute for you. But Big B also in the house.
Hi there.
From the infamous Queens in New York. So game plan may change a little bit tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll do that as we get into the regular show. But we had a lot of talk in FLA that we had to push off last week, and we moved it forward. But due to circumstances, we may not be able to get to it tonight. But we have a great show. The one and only Mike Jolitz has a double feature, Twitter shits and Mike reads the news. We have not been to the highest court of urine stench alley in quite some time. And a former, for a very short time, co-host will be giving us an update. So I can't wait.
I can't wait for that segment of the show because I'm curious, because according to him, his story is a doozy.
A doozy. You might want to write that down later on, ladies and gentlemen. It's a doozy. So Friday the 13th, it's going okay, but I, like you, am exhausted.
Yeah, I think it's usually what affects me is as the seasons change. So now it's getting cooler out. It's starting to get. We haven't changed the clocks yet, but it's still starting to get darker early. I always feel it. So I'm kind of out of it. I feel almost exhausted. Kind of. It wasn't a busy week. It wasn't like this intense week at work or anything. It's just I think the change of the seasons. And my older son is sick, so we're kind of like just fighting bugs in the house and all of that. So,
and it's like what? Christmas is right around the corner, but we got like 7 months now until spring, summer.
Don't talk to me about Christmas. I've already purchased 2 Christmas presents for my wife.
Yeah, I gotta do that. The older you get, the harder it gets because like you have everything. And if your partner says something to you, it's like, okay, I'm going to get you that. Like,
right.
It's not like when you were young and broke and you scraped your nickels together to get, a couple of presents. And I find it so tough.
And I'm sure you're at the same point too. Obviously, we're both working. Our wives work. We have families, so there's money coming in. So if I want something, I go out and buy it.
You go get it.
Right? Yes. And I'm not talking like this big extravagant stuff. There's nothing outlandishly pricey that I want or anything. Just normal everyday things that could be common sense, kind of fun little Christmas presents. If I want it in October and I think about it. All right, I'm just going to go on Amazon and get it, or go to the store and get it. So it does make it that much harder to get Christmas presents.
And I only need so many pairs of jeans and underwear and shirts. Like I got to start giving stuff away to the poor. But actually, our son came up with a good idea because we like to go to hockey games, and he told me last night. He goes, "I was thinking of getting you guys the Leafs." Columbus on the 23rd. Mm-hmm. I talked to my wife. I said, that's a Saturday, no work. We could drive up there, spend the night, come back on the 24th, and still be home at a decent time on Christmas Eve. And it's really only the three of us and maybe his girl,
Right.
which, dominates a lot of his time now, but it might be a cool pre-Christmas Christmas present.
There you go.
But my wife is huge that you gotta have something. So if there was an empty tree,
Mhm.
she would be so bummed out.
My wife's kind of the same way. Like we've gone through years where we were dirt poor and didn't have shit. And I said, "No, you don't have to give me anything. Don't worry about it." Like, when we first had our younger son, our oldest son, he's going to be 17 this year. So, 16 years ago, we're dirt poor trying, with this kid and all the new expenses. I was like, yeah, you really don't have to get me anything. It ain't no big deal. She's like, no, you have to open something.
Yeah. And aren't those cheap gifts some of the best?
Oh yeah.
We still do a stocking, and that radiates from when our son, who's 19 now, sorry, we keep him settled while we got a cup of coffee and, just opened our eyes.
Mm.
And we still do the stockings, and it's, the nail clippers, chapstick, lifesavers, razor blades. It's still my favorite part.
Oh yeah. We do the stockings too. That's just, that's a given. And yeah, we have little like my wife will get me like some manly smelling soaps or something like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
She got me a small thing of of sauce to try with barbecue stuff, things like that. That's
Yeah.
Those are always fun.
Usually one of those mini bottles of something, and you kind of pour that in your coffee just to kick off the holidays.
Right.
But yeah, but I can imagine Mrs. B's major focus right now is Halloween.
Halloween. It's
Not a biggie for us, but
we have decorated the house, or no, not we. She has decorated the house in Halloween. She's concentrating because they're every year she does the Halloween party at my younger son's school, so she hosts it, and so she's concentrating on that. And of course, there are baskets being made, and so it's nothing but Halloween.
yeah. And I love Halloween. I really do. Like, I like to see the kids coming in. Obviously, I have no one trick or treating anymore. I like to watch the odd horror movie, and I like Halloween. We don't do a lot anymore, but
Now, do you get kids coming to the house?
not as many as we used to.
Mm. See,
How about you?
here it really is hit and miss, surprisingly. Some years you'll get a bunch of kids. Some years you'll get almost nobody. It's weird. I guess it depends on kind of the day too. If it's during the week, if it's on like a Tuesday,
Yeah.
kids got school and all that. It gets darker early. So, but if it's on like a weekend, you could have like an all day thing going on.
Yeah, I love it. And pressed for time, but I used to have to take Jake out. So in the rain, and it always seems to be bad weather and cold on Halloween.
Yeah.
You never get one of those warm breaks. But I always had to go house to house to house, which was fun. We saw a lot of really cool stuff, but I like it now where I kind of hand out the candy and get to see some of the cool costumes coming along.
See, I am the complete opposite. I will make sure the lights are off. I'm not answering the door. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
We'll take little James out, of course, because he's excited. He's going to be the Mandalorian this year. We'll take him out, but then when we're done, I'm in the house. I don't care. Go away.
You're like Stu.
I really don't care.
See, it's an hour. It's, and I always, and the last story before we go live, because we got a big show, ladies and gentlemen, is my wife eats chocolate. I don't. I like chips. And so it's almost kind of a contest because when the kids come, I give out all the candy and try to keep the chips. Where she throws the chips in there and tries to keep the candy. So a little bit of a competition, a little bit of a side note for you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started. Like we said, big show. We'll talk about it on the other side of the intro.
The show is about to start.
Roger, we have liftoff.
In 3, 2, 1.
Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go! CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show. If you didn't catch that from all the audio, my name is DK. I'm live in my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. We are live on CaveCrewRadio.com. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Pulse Talk FM. We are syndicated worldwide and available wherever you can find podcasts. Not that every show is not fun and interesting, but we have a great lineup tonight. We've been throwing a few curveballs, ladies and gentlemen. We have our regular features. We have a double feature. Mike Jolitz Twitter shits and reads the news. We are going to finally go back to the highest court of Urine Stench Alley. And if you want to call him a former host, guest, character, whatever it may be, we are going to call him live and do some catching up. And we've got some other fun things if time permits. So most likely, talking FLA will be delayed till next week, but you'll get lots of us. Trust it. Trust it. We'll get it there. Anyway, without further ado, here we go.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urine Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York. I am King B, and to all my titles, I now add Speaker of the House.
Oh, good.
I have determined as President-elect of the United States of America that I will also be Speaker of the House. So not only am I the leader, I'm also the third in line. So if I get ousted, then the vice president gets ousted, I'm back in.
You knocked the vice president off in some controversial way. It's not in the budget to re-record this, but we will take note that you are now also the Speaker of the
House. That's right. And as always, every week, I'm the epicenter of something.
Yes, we always look forward to it.
This week, I am the epicenter of all things an unremarkable left shoulder.
Ooh, it's still not healed.
So it's better. I can move my arm a little bit. I have pain when I do this, but I can still do it.
You were whimpering last week.
I couldn't move my arm at all last week. I literally couldn't move my arm at all last week. So I went. I had X-rays taken, as I think I told you last week, and I went to the doctor this past Wednesday and got my results. And I have my results here.
Do you want a drum roll?
No, I don't need this drum roll.
Okay.
So for my left shoulder, it says unremarkable left shoulder.
Ooh.
No fracture or dislocation seen. Good. No something calcification. No calcification in my shoulder.
Oh yeah, no calcium building up for us people that need it in layman terms.
That's right. And my joint space is normal. The acromacular clavicle joint is unremarkable as well. I have an unremarkable skeleton, apparently.
So you are basically they've got nothing to make remarks on, and basically put Bengay on your shoulder.
I'm using the extra strength inflammatory Tylenol, and I have a shoulder brace that I wear that kind of immobilizes it. But here's another thing. So not only did they take X-rays of my shoulder, they took X-rays of my neck, my upper spine, and I had to they literally took like 20 different pictures of I had to turn this way, I had to turn this way, I had to do this, I had to open my mouth, I had to do all these things. This is what kind of got me a little bit concerned, I guess, maybe. It says no significant arthritis noted in the cervical spine. Well, that's good, but when they say no significant arthritis, what does that kind of lead you to believe?
That you do have arthritis.
There's a little bit of arthritis in my cervical spine, which is, the spine back here.
Right.
In there.
Good evening, Facebook user. Sorry. So you're paranoid, basically, is what you're telling me.
I'm not surprised because of, my heavy metal days, all the headbanging and all that, you're basically giving yourself whiplash every night. So I'm not very surprised, but it's still a little concerning that it may develop into something later, that I have arthritis in my neck.
Look, even from my hockey days, it's called old fucking age, okay? Where the clock is not going backwards for us. My knees randomly kind of give out or ache, and I go we're getting older, we're things are catching up to us, and we gotta deal with it. My eyes are terrible. I found out it's been 2 years because I'm really squinting when I look at the computer, not just here but at work, and I get headaches and shit. And I'm ready for my 2 year, and I'm sure my lenses are going to go just a little bit thicker.
Well, I have progressive, so I can't see far and I can't see near. So I have.
No, me either. No, I have you call them progressive, I call them bifocals, but
same thing. They just don't have the line in there, so it's it gradually goes. And don't forget, I also have hearing aids because as we discovered, I'm partially deaf. But now I have what possibly could be some arthritis in my neck, which is always
cervical, not cervical. What did you
cervical
call
spine.
it?
The cervical spine.
Cervical spine. I think cervical. I'm mixing up with cervix. That's just
Not a
usually where we
cervix.
go on this show. But no, yes, we're getting older. It hurts in the morning. We got to move a little bit. I get it. I get the glasses thing. My hearing, I could probably use one too, because when people mumble, I can't make out a thing.
And this is what led me to get my hearing checked. One, I can't go to sleep without the TV on. We discussed this because I have the tinnitus ringing in my ears. Two, it was getting to the point where, like, anytime my wife would like tell me something, I'd say, "What?" And I'd have to, I'd actually start having to like watch her lips, watch the lip reading, kind of, to try to figure out, instead of constantly saying what, I have to kind of watch what she's saying and kind of make it out and say, okay, and then I could respond.
See, I'm okay when you're in the same room. But if someone's talking to me in another room, and well, my kid mumbles, but even my wife, like if she's in a different room or upstairs, I used to be able to hear everything. But I just was all I hear. Like, it's fucking, sometimes it's great, but.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first got the hearing aids and I put them in and trying them out, and I left them in for a little while, and you kind of get used to how you're hearing with them, right? It happens fairly quickly. You get used to how you're hearing with them. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to take them out because they're kind of getting annoying now. So I take them out, and then all of a sudden I can't hear anything. I was like, holy shit, I really am like a lot deaf. Like, you don't really understand how much you can't hear until you can hear, and then you stop hearing like that.
Remember the first time you put glasses on, right? Like, it's like,
it's amazing.
Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving along here. It is time for
Mrs. B presents the drink of the week.
Let's see how I can do this here, folks. Sometimes it works. There we go.
So this week's drink is called the Almond Joy.
Oh, the Almond Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
That's right. Yeah. In it is cream, coconut vodka, creme de cacao, and chocolate syrup, and there's cocoa powder on top.
Is there no simple syrup in this drink?
There is no simple syrup. I think that's sweet enough. Jesus, with the chocolate.
That's very strange.
Cocoa powder and all of this other crap, and it's not even full though.
Looks like Cocoa Puffs, but in a drink. It's like when you eat Cocoa Puffs and all the milk you have left at the end.
Huh? It's with this line that looks like a demarcation line.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
Is there extra?
Is there extra? Always. No. This is it.
She's busy with Halloween.
I mean, this is it's Halloween season. There's crafting going on, baskets being made, fucking fake cobwebs being hung everywhere.
Oh, fuck, I hate those cobwebs. Halloween season. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A quick taste.
It's tasty. I don't taste any alcohol.
One thing we
I know she put alcohol in here, but I don't taste it.
That's because it's that funky rum.
That's because I'm a fucking alcoholic, but
well, you got peanut butter whiskey.
I have lots
of time for that.
Alcohol here.
Lots of time for peanut butter whiskey, and of course I'm with my old standby beer.
Uncle James found for me. He found it for me and brought it out.
There you go.
Score it again.
Good.
Don't get on the devil.
All right. Many thanks to Mrs. B. We got a lot to get to tonight, ladies and gentlemen. On the other side of this, we'll be going to the highest court of urine stench, Ellie, which, if you have not been there, it is a treat. There's a huge backstory to it, like everything else. But if you've not been following us for the almost 400 episodes, you got to kind of find a way to speed read and catch up. But another one of our favorite segments is Mike Jolitz, who comes through with the Twitter shits. And Mike, it's all you.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit.
it. Mike Jolett's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolett's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Twitter Shits. Yes, everyone, the Twitter Shits is back. Today's episode is all about Megan Rapinoe's final regular season home game in the Women's Soccer League. Apparently, they set a new attendance record. 34,130 people were there to see it live. And this is what Twitter had to say about it. It's a Canadian thing tweeted, "If Helen Page had a baby with Anderson Cooper." I have not, Naked Twister, chimed in with the new host of The Ellen Show. Tim Hortons Inc. tweeted, "So a third of a stadium was filled. Amazing." Harry Bush Nunn tweeted, "Congratulations, Eminem." Getting My Drink On tweeted, "Anderson Cooper had a great career playing soccer." Congratulations. Are you that dumb? Tweeted, "We can watch women's soccer again." Jack from State Farm tweeted, "She changed the game. Most changed the channel." You're My Bitch tweeted, "Such a nice guy." Fuck It, I Quit tweeted, "Never heard of him." Lint Liquor tweeted out, "What a great guy. LOL," with 5 trash cans after. Bear Cunt tweeted, "They were a good footballer. I meant he." Caca Con Queso tweeted, "Just goes to show how many people were excited to see her leave." Hot Dog Flavored Ice Cubes tweeted out, "They came together to make sure it was her last hurrah. Way to go, Ellen Eminem. Glad he's gone." He She It tweeted, "It's not hard to give out free tickets. Notice they didn't say paid attendance." 2-Inch Willie tweeted, "And hundreds of millions of Americans couldn't care less." Fart Smeller tweeted, "Congrats, dude." Yup tweeted, "It's going to be hard to fill his shoes and jockstrap." Cool tweeted, "Congratulations, young man." Gary the Fairy tweeted, "I bet that was a fun crowd." Joel Sack tweeted, "Bye, Felicia." Todd the Man tweeted, "Elton John sings and plays soccer." Drake's Extra Scrotum tweeted, "Bravo Foxtrot Delta." Or in case you're wondering, that is big fucking deal. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this, the Twitter Shits. Thanks for listening. I'll be back with another one. You guys have a great show. Have a great week. Later. Bye-bye.
Mike Jolett's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolett's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolett's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you know me, this is one of my favorite segments. And as I love the tweets, or the X's, as apparently they're now called, I like to give you my top 5. And at our year-end awards, sometime around New Year's, depending when it falls this year, we will, in polls at cavecarradio.com and on X, all of us pick what the number 1 is. But I like to give you mine. They're all so good. I love Twitter handles because they're so creative. This week, Big B, number 5, I just love it. Jack from State Farm. My number 4, Lint Liquor.
Lint Liquor.
Yeah, Jack from State Farm, if you didn't catch that one.
I did. Jack from State Farm, which is Jake's brother.
Yeah. Or maybe co-worker. We don't really know that, but good. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do this one right, but these ones always get me. They never seem to get to the top, but they always make it. Caco con queso.
There you go.
Loved it. Again, between 1 and 2. I always struggle. So don't take number 2 for granted. But for some reason, I like the number 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was hot dog flavored ice cubes.
Yep.
Loved it. Early in the segment, though, my...
And the number 1 Twitter handle is...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the number one Twitter handle is Harry Bush None.
Harry Bush None.
Mark that down for your... That might even be a show name. Harry Bush None. Just loved it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now, as promised, we are going to go to a sanctified place in our show. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's always a major event. So I will cue the squire, and we will get into it.
Hear ye, the highest court of Urine Stench Alley is now in session. All rise for the highest authority of the court, as knighted by Her Majesty the Queen. Calling Sir Bigby. Calling Sir Bigby. Calling Sir Bigby.
Yes, court is now in session. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We are gathered here today to come together for a celebration. We don't do, as stated, we are not in the court very often. And usually when we're in the court, we are debating legislature, making proclamations of independence for Stenchlandia. But today we are doing a celebration. If you recall, at the very end of last year or the very beginning of this year, the highest court of Urine Stench Alley was in session to declare a Lifetime Achievement Award to the one and only former listener turned co-host turned one of the greatest storytellers in radio history, Choo Choo Stew. And we are honored to have Choo Choo Stew as the Lifetime Achievement Award winner in the hallowed halls of Urine Stench Alley. But over this past week, something special has occurred. Something unthinkable. Something no one saw happening, but it did, and it is remarkable. In last week's show, we had somebody enter the chat by the name of Sherry Ferguson. Sherry Ferguson was an old listener of the show from a long time ago, and she came on board at the same time as Jason Scott. They live in the same area up in Canada, and they were in our chats early and talking to themselves and talking to us, and we were having a lot of fun. Sherry had left. I don't know where she went. She was off doing her own thing, and she came back last week. She stated ever so eloquently how much she missed us, and she listened to the entire show and had a wonderful time listening. Now, during the show, we had discussed what Sherry has been doing. She was getting into tattooing, and she was doing self-tattoo. She was tattooing herself. She proclaimed that she had over 89 tattoos. And I said during the show, I said, you know what? Let's make number 90 a CCR tattoo. We all agreed that would be a fun thing, not thinking that somebody would actually go through and give themselves, or anyone else for that matter, a Cave Crew radio tattoo. But lo and behold, the next day, the very next day, on Saturday, this past weekend, I get a message from Sherry with a picture of the Cave Crew radio tattoo she did on herself. And she added to it. At first, it was just written Cave Crew Radio. Then she came back and she added the music notes. Then later on in the week, she came back and she said, I've added faces.
You have buck teeth, by the way.
I do. I don't know why, but I do.
That's cool. I like it.
But this is unprecedented in the history of Cave Crew Radio. This is unprecedented loyalty to us, showing that she enjoys the show. She will go above and beyond. So Today, we stand in urine stench, the highest court of urine stench alley, to make a proclamation. I officially induct Sherry Ferguson into the Cave Crew Radio Hall of Fame.
Yes. And we will recap this at the year-end show. Usually only one person makes it, and you and I kind of made up our mind, but this is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a big Leafs fan. Don't have a lot of tattoos, but Big B has tattoos. He's a big Ranger fan. We have not marked ourselves. For someone to do this for us, we don't even have Cave Crew Radio on our own bodies. We find this truly humbling. I don't know how else to put it. But we find it very humbling. Here it is again. I don't care if you think it's fancy or not. It's an honor to me. I love it.
I really, we were, joking kind of last weekend because I have plenty of tattoos, and I know Sherry's been, we're friends with her on Facebook, and I've seen I've seen her do her self tattooing, and she's teaching herself how to tattoo and everything, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And just jokingly said, let's do a Cave Crew Radio tattoo. Never in my wildest dreams.
Me either.
Did I think anybody would do it? She did it. It came out great. I give her, all the credit in the world for actually doing it. The least I could have done, which I did, is I sent her a shirt, and she received it today. She's wearing it now. I think she posted a selfie wearing the shirt on Facebook. So, I mean, a $20 shirt for a lifetime tattoo, it kind of doesn't equal out, but it's the least I could do, that we could do as a show for this. So Sherry, you are forever inducted into the Cave Crew Radio Hall of Fame.
I just want to say that this all happened within the past week, and Big B orders the shirt, gets it sent, it arrives there. My shirt that I had to buy personally, the original Cave Crew Radio shirt, ladies and gentlemen, you remember, was like close to $100, and I think it cost 6 months to get here. The Great Canadian Post. Sherry says, I am self-taught and have only been doing this about 9 months. You go, Sherry. You be yourself. And
I think it's awesome. She also says, I love you guys. What can I say? You always cheer me up. And that's what we aim to do every week. Make people laugh, have fun. We tell insanely weird stories, have fun, strange news. A little
bit about ourselves. We kind of open the forbidden door, and
right. We talk about ourselves. Yeah. We have the immensely talented Mike Jolitz,
fantastic,
contributing every single week. And this is what we do. We want to put a smile on everybody's face.
This is our Friday night, but I did write down, and I don't know if this makes any sense. First thing I wrote down tonight, we were saying she did 89 tattoos, and this was her 90th. So I wrote down, I don't know if you remember the song, it's not your genre, but I wrote down 90 enough tattoos.
You're talking about 99 Luff balloons, and what's a genre?
A genre, like your style of music. You didn't back very well during the music trivia.
Genre, yes. And Mike Jolitz is also in the chat. He's asking. He said, "It's my hope to get included on that tattoo." And Sherry said, "Yes, she will try to add Mike."
I don't know if her arm is big enough because, Mike's getting buff, but in his cartoon, he's pretty portly, as your wife would say.
I also have a question. While we're still in the court of urine centrality, I'd like Sherry to come testify in chat very quickly. Obviously, everybody is either left-handed or right-handed. So depending on what hand you are, that's what hand you're going to tattoo with. I am right-handed. So if I'm tattooing, I would tattoo with my right hand. That would mean that I would tattoo the left side of my body, because that's where, I can't tattoo like this, right? So I would tattoo the left side of my body. Is that what Sherry's doing? Like the left side of her, or the right, depending on what handed she is? Is now, like all the tattoos are on one side?
Well, while we're waiting, I am left-handed, and I must admit to you, ladies and gentlemen, as I am always transparent with you, I have not tattooed. But let's see what Sherry says, if she's right-handed or left-handed or...
Oh, she says that's true. However, she tattoos with both. She is ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. My father was ambidextrous.
I am not.
I am somewhat ambidextrous because right, left, I throw a baseball or a football left, but in hockey and baseball, I shoot, and golf, I guess, I shoot right.
See, I'm the opposite of you. I'm right-handed. I throw right-handed, but I bat in baseball and would use my hockey stick in hockey left-handed.
Oh, very well. So maybe I'm normal.
And Sherry says, I guess the tattoo is on her shin. She's saying it's her leg, her shin to be exact. So where that tattoo is on her shin.
So Sherry doesn't feel her undetectable arthritis because she's tattooing her freaking shin.
That's right. Either way.
Sticking my dick through a glory hole at a tattoo parlor, like the shin has gotta hurt.
I've only gotten on my arm. I got one here, like above, like in the clavicle area, and one over here. But they're all mostly on this arm. And the one most recently that I got, this one, hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, anything inside like that. I have a question, because she's doing these herself. I get the sleeve on both arms. I get the 3/4 sleeves on both legs. How the fuck are you tattooing your own back? You get one of those fucking back scratchers and all the, like, you really are talented.
I don't think she's tattooing her back.
Oh, well, she said, well, maybe she had it done somewhere else.
Oh, so when she is in pain, she tattoos herself. And I get that, because when I'm in pain, and I'm not in chronic pain like apparently you are, but I get enough pains in my life. If you're in pain and you press on the area, the pain kind of goes away, or you feel a little better.
If I have some pains from my old age, I should just grab a steak knife and jab myself randomly.
Well, it's that old joke. I have a pain in my eye. You punch them in the stomach. They say, "Does your eye hurt anymore?" Things like that, because you suddenly you're feeling pain somewhere else.
It's a family thing.
Yeah, she says my sister tattoos wherever I can't reach, which would be the tops of my arms and my back. Is your sister self-taught as well? Are you like a self-taught tattooing family? That way you can open your own shop and be like, the self-taught tattoo sisters.
You're like the tattoo tribe.
There you go.
I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fun is just beginning. And to celebrate Sherry's indoctrination, may have a hard time with the big words.
Induction.
Clean your ducts every year.
She's inducted
in a row. Induction.
She's inducted into the Cave Crew Radio Hall of Fame. You're talking about indoctrination, which is
that's
forcing
the next level. That's the next level.
No,
okay.
That's forcing a point of view on somebody, brainwashing somebody. That's called indoctrination.
Well, that's what I try to do with you every single week.
That's not happening, though.
I keep trying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, just celebrate.
Take me down so I can take this week off.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can take it. I'm gonna get over. We're gonna jump over to Mike again, and then we have a very special guest, and we'll give you a little bit of a prelude about how special this guest is. Again, if you haven't listened, you might not understand, but give it 35 seconds and you'll catch in to our fascination with this individual. Ladies and gentlemen, back over to Mike Jolitz while he reads the news.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, DK, and hello to you, Sir Big B. Alrighty, guys, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. The Chicago Bears won a game finally. The Bears still suck. The Packers lost and also are sucking right now as well. The Cowgirls lost to the 49ers. The best part was the Fuck Dallas shirt Kittle was wearing. The Diamondbacks teed off on the Dodgers Wednesday night. They hit 4 home runs in 1 inning. First time that ever happened in the postseason. Arizona advanced to the NLCS. Go D-backs. Yesterday was National Give Your Husband Whatever He Wants Day. I didn't get what I wanted. How'd you guys fare? The Las Vegas Aces scored a record 38 points in 1 period last Tuesday against the other team. Sad part is they only ended getting 40 points for the whole game. And finally, in the news, the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics will have softball, cricket, baseball, and flag football for competitions. I'm really looking forward to the exhibition pocket pool games. All right, guys, that does it for the news. It is now time for the tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. Short-sized birthday is next Tuesday, the 17th. Oh, yeah. The McRib is back at McDonald's. Plans are in the works for the 2024 Testicle Festival in Bentonville. I'm going. Who's with me? Oh, yeah. Wisconsin had 12 cities on the 20 drunkest list. Drink Wisconsinably. Oh, yeah. And finally, in the tidbits, in NCAA football news, 10th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish lost to the 25th ranked Louisville Cardinals, or whatever the hell they're called. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys, it does it for the news. It does it for the tidbits. I'll be back next week. Choose, ciao, and auf Wiedersehen. Later. Bye-bye.
He always rolls through that like crazy. Are you there? Hello?
I was, yes, I'm here. I was muted. Sherry sent me a whole bunch of pictures of her tattoos. It's crazy. These tattoos are nuts. She got them on her hands, on her arms, on her legs. That's crazy.
She is
good designs.
Illustrated woman.
She got some really good designs on here too. And she says it's not. I don't have buck teeth. She says it's skin showing between my mustache and beard, and she needs to finish it after it heals completely.
My apologies for your denture failure.
That's right. And she says she loves my sword. My sword right there. Yep. That is part of an album that I was on when I played on the solo album for Bobby Gustafson, who was the guitarist for Overkill. I played on his solo album, and this is part of the album cover, this picture, this sword. So that's why I have that there.
All right. So, Mike, thank you. Both segments, totally awesome.
Can I just say real quick, very, very quickly, my wife and son are watching hockey upstairs, and my wife texted me, my younger son, my 7-year-old. She says, "Your child just yelled at the TV, 'Eat a fart, you're raised by trash.'"
Excuse me.
I think he's getting trash talk down. He's fully in. He's in mid-season trash talking hockey mode. Eat a fart, you're raised by trash.
I got it. It's a little long for a show title, but it's certainly, especially at that age, an honorable show name. Yeah, it is hockey season. We're all excited. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Scotty and Cher, we're about to call him. We kind of gotta make this brief, I guess, because it's a long story, but Scotty was a producer way back on Double Talk Radio, and came around, listened to the show, brought him in as a co-host. There was a lot of scandals going on via marital problems, though he still visited to feed the dogs and walk the dogs, and had dinner with the new boyfriend there, and he was hooked on a game called Second Life, and we had gender identity problems and yada yada yada. We don't have time for all that. But then he disappeared. He just said, I'm done, guys. I'm leaving the show. So he lives in well, at least last we saw him, he lived in a room in like kind of a boarding house with a chair.
In Pennsylvania.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that he identified the chair as a friend and spoke to the chair and spoke highly of the chair and these alternate identities he had. And anyway, we're just going to do some catching up. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and dial. I've got his number, and he says he's willing to come on. And what did he call it, Big B?
That he has a doozy of a story.
It's a doozy.
It's a doozy. I can't wait to hear this.
All right, let's do the ring in here, folks. Hopefully everything works through okay.
We need the Jeopardy music.
I don't have it. I apologize. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Okay. Can you speak into the mic a little more? Get a little louder for us. Yeah, that's perfect. Scotty,
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, hang on, Scotty. That means no one else can hear it.
I heard the phone ring, but I didn't hear anybody pick up, and I didn't hear Scotty.
All right. Scotty, how about now? Can you talk?
Nothing.
How can you not hear? It's like, can you hear us out on the stream? Can someone say?
Does anybody hear Scotty?
Yeah. Anybody out there hear Scotty? Because I hear him. And okay. Hey.
Nope. Facebook user said no. That's either Mike or
okay. So
Sherry.
Hang on, man. Let me fix something here. I got it on stereo mix. Oh, I hear myself. All right. Can I call you on Messenger? It should just ring on your phone.
This is working out the kinks live on air, ladies and gentlemen. And it usually works because we did plenty of prank calls in the past.
Yeah, it always works. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to pull Scotty up because this number, you should be able to hear this. And he should be able to, so I should be able to call. Okay. Can you hear the ring?
Nope.
You can't?
Nope. Facebook user said this is riveting. Scotty says, hang on for a moment in chat.
All right.
So none of us are hearing anything.
I don't know why. So I got to go into.
He says, try calling my phone again.
Well, I don't think it's at your end, Scotty. Okay, yeah. So let's try this again. I'm just going to check my settings, folks. I'm very sorry.
Like I said, I heard the phone ring when you called. I heard the phone ring once, and then I didn't hear anything.
Okay, hang on a minute. Everyone just bear with me.
So how about them Diamondbacks, Mike? I know Mike's out there.
Diamondbacks?
Are you excited for your Diamondbacks going into the NLCS against the Phillies?
Okay, I'm going to try again.
Scotty on speaker on his phone. I don't know.
All right. Hang on. I got to
Mike is excited for the Diamondbacks.
There you get back here. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't done this in quite some time.
He's saying, can I call the number?
That Scotty should work. Yeah.
Scotty is saying, can I call the number?
That should work, yes. Or I can call you. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. When stuff like this happens, we just got to work through it. It has always worked before.
It really has, because we've done plenty of prank calls and had interviews with people on the phone and all of this, and everything's always gone through. We could hear everything. This time, apparently not. It's almost like, since we invoked Choo Choo Stew having the Lifetime Achievement Award, this is a Choo Choo Stew moment when.
Can you hear the ring?
No.
Yeah, but they can't hear me.
No, nobody can hear the ring or anything on the phone. They can hear us.
Okay, wait a minute.
But they can't hear the ringing of the phone or anything like that. Like neither can I. So as I was saying, this is like Choo Choo Stew. So this is Choo Choo Stew would always have some form of technical issue. We would right before the show, he would not be near his camera. Then right as we're doing the intro to the show, he'd come on and there'd be no sound. His video would freeze, things like that. So there was also always an issue with Choo Choo Stew's technical side of things that we would have to fix. This is the same thing, except it's not Stu. It's Scotty.
Oh, do you hear that?
I did hear that garbled.
Okay. Hello. No, that's me. Say something, Scotty. Okay.
That's silence. I don't hear anything.
Can you hear him now?
No.
Can you hear him, Big B?
No. I cannot hear.
Can you hear him now?
No. I heard some, like, initially when you said, "Oh, can you hear this?" and it was like some sort of garbled little.
Well, if you hear the ring, you should hear the audio.
Well, I don't, and neither does anybody else out in chat. See, Facebook user says nada. We do not hear these things.
How about now?
No.
Okay, listen. Here's a test.
No.
I can hear you fine, but this is not working.
To ask Scotty, I don't know if he can hear me. Ask Scotty if he has a computer. Can he just go on the fucking link and get on the goddamn show like he used to?
Can you join the show if we send you the link? All right, even on your phone. I apologize, people. I'm sending Scotty the link.
We have nada, niet, nine. Everybody is saying no in different languages now.
Oh, geez, we're getting different languages. This is great. I sent Scotty the link. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't made a phone call in forever, but you're all still here. And I don't know where these people are from, but no one can hear them.
Can we talk hockey for a minute? We certainly can talk. So the game that I referenced that
I sent you the link, Scotty.
My wife and my son are watching is the Arizona Coyotes
Facebook page.
It's the Arizona Coyotes versus the New Jersey Devils. The Arizona Coyotes opening night, and Arizona Coyotes came out flying. They were up 1-0. When she came down to bring drink of the week, she said they scored again. So I'm assuming the score was 2-0 at that point. And I guess that's when my son yelled at the TV what he yelled. I have to check the scores. So let me go see the scores real quick.
So, Scotty, if you can hear me, I sent you the link. All you got to do is click on it. You'll come on video, and we'll be able to talk. This show is a major fucking important show. And like everything else, you're fucking it up.
What else is new? So apparently the Devils are now up 3-2 on the Coyotes. Coyotes had a 2-0 lead, 4:23 into the second period. and the Devils rattled off 3 goals in a row to take the lead. They are at the end of the second, so they're going into the third with the Devils up 3-2. Arizona was flying. They started off the game. They were flying around. They looked really, really good to start. And I watched plenty of Arizona games last year, where they got off to horrible starts and they got outshot like 35-12. They looked good coming out. So I don't know what happened in the second period.
These people have been waiting for Scotty and Cher. So while we're waiting for Scotty to figure out how to press a link and join us on video,
right?
I have a little thing here. I just kind of pulled it up as a side thing, but I thought it might be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's not really wives' tales, but I think like stories your mother told you, or things your mother told you when you were a child. And I'm just curious which one of these you heard and perhaps believed in.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And then join us in chat. Have some fun while we're waiting for this shit show to come together. Reading in the dark will ruin your eyes.
I never heard that. I heard going too close to the TV screen.
That's another one. Yes, I definitely got going too close to the TV screen will ruin your eyes. And
yes.
If you see today's world, not a lot of the kids are wearing glasses, and they've got something in front of their fucking eyes all the time.
All the time, yes.
But I think I was told, and I believe I've told my wife this too, like turn on a light if you're going to read. This is before phones, right? Like when you're reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
But according to a study at Harvard, reading in a dim light will not cause any medical condition. It could tire your eyes, but not cause anything.
Who's reading in the dark to begin with?
Well, my wife, she reads books like fucking you wouldn't believe.
In the dark?
Well, she has a phone and a, what do you call that thing? E-book reader, Kindle.
Okay.
And she also reads real books, though, and we'll try to read them. She also reads in the car while I'm driving down the highway.
She loves her reading.
Now, I also heard this one, and this is also knuckle cracking leads to arthritis.
I heard that all the time.
Yeah. Apparently, it is just plain wrong.
It is absolutely 100% wrong. Yep. All you're doing, there's little air bubbles that form inside your joints, and all you're doing is popping the air bubbles like you do the packing when you get a package and the bubble wrap and you pop the little bubbles. That's all you're doing in your knuckles. It does not cause arthritis.
Someone out there is missing pucks and pints and wants to do some picks.
That's Mike.
And yes, we can. Someone also in chat, everyone's Facebook user tonight, it's not our biggest night, says they've heard both. All right, well, there's a few more, and I've heard some of these. Have you ever heard this? Swallowed gum takes 7 years to digest.
Yes. And that's, I believe that's also wrong.
I think all these are myths. Like gum is mostly indigestible. Some use the same rubber as inner tubes, but it eventually moves through the. I'm hearing a noise. I think we might have Scotty here. Oh, we do. So we'll get back to this. One last one before we bring Scotty in here.
Sure. I'm sure this is more interesting.
Which?
This.
Oh, well, I got 2 quick ones. What about you can't go swimming until 30 minutes after
you eat? Yes, because you'll get cramps.
Yes.
And then you'll drown.
Not true. Jump in the pool once you've had a steak or a hot dog or whatever.
That's right.
And my favorite, because this was nattered at me my entire childhood. Do not go outside with wet hair. You're going to catch the flu.
Or pneumonia. I heard pneumonia.
Yeah. Absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. All right. Let's bring in the proper things here. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, on the show, a longtime friend. We promised you this. We apologize for the wait. We hope we kept you entertained. I don't want him on solo, but there he is. Hey, Scotty a chair. Looks like he's in a different place now.
I'm in a different place. It is a sort of a long, strange story, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yes, I am. Well, we can't wait. It's great to talk to you, and we are ready for a doozy.
It's going to be a doozy. Okay.
Okay, so I think the last time we talked to you was sometime during season 10 last year, right?
It was 2 years ago in the trivia contest.
Oh, that long. Time flies. So what's happened? And do you still, more importantly, do you still have chair? Chair is still there, ladies and gentlemen.
Chair lives. Chair lives.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I guess that's
all right, Scotty. It's all you.
There's the front end. There's the front end of the chair.
Yeah, we love
and
chair.
There's the front. I showed you his ass.
Chair lives.
Chair.
I think we should. I think we should have a sign, chair or shirt. Chair lives matter.
Chair lives matter.
Yeah.
Write it down.
All right, Scotty. It's all you. We don't know where to begin because we haven't been talking to you in so long. What is going on?
Okay, so after the trivia contest ended, I checked out for a while. Back in October of last year, I got a kind of a rude awakening. I was in my room at the boarding house, and there was a beeping at the outside the house. It ended up being one of those industrial dumpsters, that you when you're emptying a house, you throw all the shit away.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the guy what was going on. He goes, "Well, didn't you hear the landlord's going to make this, or he's going to fix the roof or whatever. He's going to do stuff to the roof." And I said, "I don't know what's going on." So I called him, and he says, "You know what we're going to do is we're making this into a family house instead of a boarding house, and that you guys got till the end, or you've got till December to get out."
Oh, geez.
And this was in October.
Yeah, this was October of last year. So there was only like 3 or 4 of us in the house. My neighbor next to me, he'd been gone for months. He had either got in an accident, family issues, personal issues. I don't know what's going on with him. The guy next to him was on some type of probation, and he ended up moving out. The guy upstairs, he was moving out as well. So I was the only one who was kind of left there. And then there was a family living downstairs. I don't know if they got moved out or if they got the house. I'm not sure.
So you were like a squatter, the last one standing.
Yeah, pretty much. So I called Angie and I said, "Angie, okay, we're gonna set the stage for this. This is gonna be funny. It's gonna be weird. The house that I was living in was a block away from my old house. Angie and I had been together for like 9 years. We broke up like in May. I told Angie I was going to move out. She's like, "Well, if you want to stay, you can stay in the upstairs bedroom. We've got like an office room so that you can put your stuff there." And I said, "You know what? I'm just going to move out. I want my own place." So I had my own place for like a year. And I was happy with that because it was really close to where I used to live, and I could catch the bus anyway. Bus thing is a whole different story. We'll get to that. She goes, "If you want to, you can move back in." I've been in since end of October, beginning of November. So I'm at the house now.
So you're back with Angie. Is she still with the same guy?
Yes.
So you're living with your ex in the upstairs office how does the not so much how you feel, how does the other guy feel about this?
He's fine with it. He's cool. I'm okay with it. I stay in my room as much as possible. I don't really talk to them as much or interact with them as much. So unless they need something from me, I'm up in my room. So that's,
and you're helping, I assume, with expenses or rent or.
I pay the same amount that I did at the other house. Is $400. She gets $400 from me every month, which is fine with me. I've got internet. I've got a nice kitchen for a change. I deal with my dogs every morning and
You got your
afternoon.
dogs, yes, because you really missed your dogs. How
Now,
many is there now? How many dogs?
I have 2 dogs.
Okay, only 2 now, because the whole kitchen was full at one point.
Well, the kitchen was full of cats at one point.
The kitchen, remember, the kitchen was only allowed for cats.
Sorry, I'm getting old. I forget.
That's right. Now, so
Yes,
I have
there's
a
still
question.
cats.
I have a question now. So you're in the house with your ex and her boyfriend. Are there family meal like what happens at dinner time or breakfast time? Does everybody sit around the table and eat, or do you take your little plate and go into your room?
Our schedules are strange in terms of during the week. Fridays and Saturdays, I have my days off. So if they're working, they do what they have to do for dinner because usually they'll get home around 9:30, 10. I'm already either asleep or playing or doing whatever. And if they're not working, like the boyfriend's home now, he's doing his own thing. I haven't even talked to him since like 2:30 when we took the dogs out.
Are you still at the get-go?
I'm at Speedway now.
Oh, okay. Good place. Good. Yeah.
Is that better or worse?
It's better in terms of management, and it's better that I can do my own thing. So basically, I have a kitchen crew which I adore. They're both in their 20s. They know their shit, and they get things done. I get my stuff done. We have a really good relationship, and we're good. So if anything happens, or if we notice that things are going really weird, we can talk about things. So
can you
other than that, I mean, it's a good place to work.
Can you explain what a kitchen crew does at Speedway? I know Speedway as a gas station and maybe like a convenience store inside. What does a kitchen crew do?
We have a full service kitchen. So basically we can make sandwiches, subs. We have a fryer so we can make fried food. We can make trying to think of what else is there. They can do
no, you don't got to go
pizzas.
into the full menu. That's fine. I know Speedway as a gas station, and like we have here in New York, in the gas station, you have a little convenience store where you can buy chips and sodas and shit. So you have more than that there.
Yeah, we have more. There's other stores that don't have as much, but we have a basically a full service kitchen and gas station.
So back to the new house, which it looks compared to the last place where there was like ketchup on the walls everywhere and whatnot. Like this looks good. We're not hearing any background noise or like I think you're in your fortress of solitude. But have you explained to Angie and the unnamed friend the relationship with chair? Do they just think you just like brought a chair with you, or do they understand the significance of chair?
I think I've told them about it, but it's been so long, I don't think they really care.
Okay. Yeah, because it's kind of like that dude on Soap. I don't know if any of you out there ever watched that, but the dude that used to walk down with the puppet.
I remember
So I
remember him.
Envision chair.
Yeah. So instead of a puppet, I have chair.
I have a very important question to ask.
Wait, Big, very, very quickly. Something just popped in my head. No one has to write it down. Just popped in my head. A support chair.
A support chair. Well, that's what chairs do, right? They support you.
Chair.
A support chair. I have a very important question to ask. Does Angie still hate DK?
Oh, she always has. The French guy has blocked me. Like, I make a living. Okay, the French guy that thinks he's in Southern Ontario has blocked me for some unknown reason because I like his ex's post, whatever. I make a living out of this, okay? Like, I mean, I live my own real life, and go the fuck ahead and block me. I really don't give a shit. Anyway, sorry, Scotty, carry on.
Big B, I'll answer the question is I don't dare ask it. Don't say his name.
Got it. Okay.
Wow.
It's not that you're hated, you're just strongly, I would say, disliked.
Disliked.
I don't think you're hated.
A thorn in the skin, a unpleasant memory.
I would probably say that, but I think she's like way over it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because I'm over it too. I far too old to hang on to things, and I didn't even remember until Big B brought it up. But
I'm replaying the phone call at this moment, so yeah.
Oh God.
We almost got in trouble for that too.
Well, when I called you at work.
Something happened after or before, and I think we got almost in trouble.
Oh, well.
I think it's been so long since I've been there. I haven't been at that get-go for probably 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, we're 5-6 years ago. We got to let this shit go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You should ask what's his name in Calgary? Yeah, what a miserable life. I made his.
Bill.
What's his name? Bill?
Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
We need to call Bill.
I can't because the last time we called him, see, Scotty almost got in trouble. The last time you made me call Bill, he was lying in his car telling me I'm giving him a heart attack.
Pierre Lacroix needs to talk to him and ask him because now we have new refugees that need a place to stay.
That's all on you. I will not. I am evil to a certain point. But when I feel like the guy's got fucking pacemakers and shit, and I'm stressing him out about a goat in his apartment, I've grown past all that. We need a new target. And like the chick at Subway that we told to turn all the power off.
You did not.
Back to Scotty. It's Scotty's night tonight. So I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you got a place, where you're living. And obviously, I think you're probably eating better because, you're sharing groceries. And like you said, you got a nice kitchen. What about the game?
I haven't been on it since I left. You guys.
So
yeah, I haven't been on.
I don't remember the name. What was the character?
Casey.
Yeah. So Casey's done.
Casey's dead.
All right.
What about the mysterious partner?
Improving your mental health as well.
I need to know about the mysterious business partner that was never to be named.
I haven't talked to her since I left.
See, he's charting a new path, and
that was just a mind suck and something to never revisit again. I think about it once in a blue moon, and I actually deleted that account. I went back on probably like a week or two later, and it was just like, I'm bored, and some places that I want to check out, I have to pay. There's two accounts. There's a free account and a premium account. The premium account lets you go pretty much everywhere. I had the free account, so I couldn't visit places that I was used to.
So now, have you replaced it with any other game, like a Xbox or a phone game or a computer game?
I'm playing Summoner's War, which is it's one of those games that it takes time.
Yeah, so kind of like a Warcraft or a
similar. It's kind of similar.
I like those games. All right.
Yeah, I got into a raid of Shadow Legends 2, but I haven't played that in probably a good month or so.
Good. And you're getting out, you're doing things. I saw you were at the hockey game, and your favorite part of the hockey game was, look, a Zamboni.
That was the best. I have a friend who works at Robert Morris University.
Yeah.
At their sports complex where they have the men's hockey team. 2 years ago, Robert Morris decided that they were not going to field an NCAA men's or women's hockey team just due to finances and other stupid crap, probably due to COVID and other things. So this year, they finally have a men's and women's hockey team. And one of the guys that I know from Robert Morris, he used to play hockey, and I would get like 3 or 4 guys that played hockey. I'd have them come every Friday night or Saturday night when I used to work weekends, and they'd come and harass me, or they'd be drunk and stuff like that. So I got to know them over a long period of time. Well, one of them stuck around and is working on the ice crew, so he got me basically rink level.
Nice.
On the right hand side, so I'm probably like 15, like the last 15 feet of the rink.
Nice. And this was the first hockey game you've ever been to?
It's the first one I've been to. So I am standing. They have 2 doors that fold out so that when the Zamboni goes in, they can take the Zamboni out. So I was sitting at the doors, and there's probably like 10 or 15 feet that way, or 10 feet that way. So I can see the curvature of the rink.
Right.
Well, I'm seeing pucks flying by me. I'm seeing guys get hit and right in front of me.
Yeah.
And it's
a
cool.
Great sport. It's an
awesome sport.
You were captivated by the Zamboni.
I was captivated by the Zamboni. He drives the Zamboni.
Okay. Yeah. I supply forklift tanks, the propane for the Zambonis. So, and you know me, I've been around hockey rinks for 40 years. So I've seen a lot of Zambonis.
Yeah.
What's it like the first time you see a Zamboni in real life?
That was it. And that was cool. Was
that the highlight of the...
No, the highlight was actually watching the team play.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for you since you're a hockey person.
Okay. So is Big B.
Most are in NHL, they have like 3 different lines that go out, correct?
Right.
They were substituting players left and right every 3 to 5 minutes. Is that
probably 30 to a minute 30? But anyway,
so they should be replacing players a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, that's a very long shift.
No, like 3 to 5 minutes. There would be a group of guys would go on, and then they would play for like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then another couple people would come on. This was kind of a constant, like, plugging other people into other places when they're
changing
not even
on the fly.
Yeah. But it didn't seem like it was, to me, it wasn't gelling right, where you would have.
Yeah, so like it
was just weird watching the shifts change so fast.
Yeah, so if you get a whistle or you get a TV timeout or there's a penalty, you can do an entire line shift. But if you even watch a game on TV, you'll find like one guy will go deep, another will follow. They'll get a couple guys on the ice, and eventually they'll get the lines. That's called changing on the fly.
Yeah, this was just like, oh, I'm going to play for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to go back off the ice, and somebody else will join in, and it was like 3 to 5 minutes where somebody would go over there and they would do stuff, and then they go, oh, I got to go over here, and I got to go out, and blah blah blah. It was just to me, it was a little weird.
That may be the reason, Scotty, the hockey team folded, because in hockey, believe it or not, it's a lot like being in a boxing ring. A minute 30 is a long shift because they're moving like constantly. So, I don't know, Big B. I'd say a minute might be ideal, depending on if you're backed into the other team's end. You're not skating as much. But if you're flying up and down, minute max.
Okay. So that's why they were bringing guys in and out. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
it's a very tiring sport, Scotty. It's a very fast game. And
it was fast. There's some fast players on the Robert Morris team. Their goalie from God, I can't think of who it was.
We wouldn't know. I've never heard of the Robert Moores. No, I apologize, but I've never heard of Robert Moores.
Their goalie had to be like 6 foot something.
Yeah, big goalies are the way. The players are getting shorter. The goalies are getting bigger. It's weird.
Yeah, he was.
I have a question.
Big B has a question.
I have a question, and I know this is a very riveting conversation, but the story that you said was a doozy. Was that it?
No, I brought up the hockey. So what's the rest of the doozy? Big B's getting bored about your
captain hockey, and then it was just basically getting all the information out to you guys in terms of why I moved.
Oh, okay,
got it. Okay,
and that
please resume hockey.
I will say this. This might be like the little doozy part of it is I knew she was cheating.
When you broke up?
Before, during, and after, probably.
Right. Well, did you tell me you found the tools in the back of the car or something?
The tools in the back of the car. They're about the same age. She goes down there to get service for their work van from the hospital. So, you put 2 and 2 together.
Excuse me. Go ahead, Big B.
Well, I know we heard that story before where there were the tools in the car and it was trying to be played off as it was nothing, but you had your suspicions. So now you're in the house with your ex and her current boyfriend. Is there much interaction between you guys at all? Like is it, and when it is it friendly? Like I don't know. What is the dynamics here?
It's friendly. We eat together maybe once in a great while. I'll eat downstairs. Being that they're so different in terms of, like I said earlier, shifts and how I, view things from my perspective is, I eat when I want. If I'm on my days off, like tonight and tomorrow night, I'll go grab something, or I'll do DoorDash, bring it up to my room, eat, and then, like play on the computer or play my game or, do whatever I need to do.
So we have obviously Thanksgiving's next month, and then Christmas coming up soon in December. So during these holidays, will there be a sit down with everybody? Will everybody sit down and have a meal together and for the holidays?
And will there be extended family? Will there be extended family?
Right. Will others be around? Like, how does that going to work?
Last year, they went to his family's house for Thanksgiving, and I don't remember doing much for Christmas at all.
At Christmas, is there like an exchange of gifts?
It wasn't last year.
Okay. I think you should introduce Secret Santa to the group. Just add some, I know, but like break the ice a little bit. I gotta admit, like I know Angie doesn't like me, but like they're very kind of her to offer up a room to you.
It was nice of her. The only cat when I was at the other house, she would call and say, "Can you walk the dogs?" So when I was home, before work or whatever, I would walk down, while they're at work, go down, walk the dog, and go home. Now I just go downstairs, walk the dogs, go back, go do whatever I'm going to do and come back upstairs and sleep or eat or whatever.
No.
So
sorry, Big B, go ahead.
So she offers you to stay in the house, which is great. because you're surprisingly going to get kicked out of your old place. Is there kind of a timeline? Like, I'll let you stay for, a certain amount of time, but you got to look for your own place, or is it kind of just open ended? You stay here, you give me your $400 a month, and we're good.
Yeah, it's open ended.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I forgot what I was going to ask now. No. Oh, when you were last on the show, you would occasionally go visit and sit on the couch and watch the boyfriend play video games.
He's playing right now.
What's that?
He's playing right now.
You don't go sit there and.
I'm not a watcher of video games.
Okay.
I will watch people play on YouTube. I'll watch them play games for like a few minutes. Go, oh, that was really cool. Or, if there's a new game that comes out like Starfield or whatever else is new, I'll go watch someone play that for a little bit. But if it doesn't really intrigue me, I'm not really that interested.
Right. Now, back to Chair, my favorite prop or former character of the show. You were at one point going on tour with the Chair. You even had a Facebook page and everything. Are you still making sure Chair gets out of the room?
We haven't done the city tour yet. We're still working on some kinks, I guess, or some motivation of me getting out and actually doing it. And
so you don't bring Chair anywhere with you?
No, Chair stays here while I'm working. I mean,
and do you ever open the Chair? Like right now, you had it closed. Like, so do you?
Yeah, he's been hanging out for a little bit. I had to wash him off earlier, so I washed him off.
So you bathed the Chair, basically. You bathed the Chair. Yeah. I say you bathed the Chair.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He was a little dirty. He needed to get He needed to get cleaned up. He needed to get cleaned up for the show.
Yeah. No. Hey, listen. You got to go with the pledge, whatever it is. I get it. I'm just glad that through everything, you and Chair you kept Chair. I mean, you could easily said, Chair, I'm moving on. You're gonna stay here with the new family, but no, you brought Chair. So even though you've given up all these other things that we've talked about, like the game and your business partner and Casey or whatever, you've stuck with Chair, and that's very admirable. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, Big B? We're getting to the end here.
I have nothing.
Nothing. So. Great to hear from you. Will we see you around more often in chat? Maybe joining for a special segment, or are you disengaging and just concentrating on life?
Whenever I'll be in chat most of the time. Special wise, it's up to you guys. So,
well, I'm just saying, if you're back, I mean,
I'm open to any. I'm open. I have Fridays and Saturdays off. Friday nights are basically whatever I want to do. Saturday nights I used to do my show, but it got canceled.
Whatever happened to the cafe?
I went against some terms of something of other. They said that the show was. They said that people wouldn't want to listen to a recording of just music.
Well,
and so
who said this?
Spreaker.
Okay, so go somewhere else.
I am going on somewhere else. I've got everything recorded. So the only reason I stayed with them up to now is the platform that I was using. Or the software that I was using was really easy to use. I could just put tracks up, let it play, and go from there. Now I got to find something else.
Well, listen,
that is just as good.
We're gonna keep you around. We're gonna name the show, and you're welcome to stay with us. And the platform that much has not really changed, and we appreciate you giving us an update because we were all, really engaged with all the stuff that was going on. And then, you kind of fell off the face of the earth. It was like an unsolved mystery. So we appreciate you coming back on with us. And I'm sure we're going to develop something for you in that chair. We'll find something for you.
Well,
You need to get a better camera, though.
It's the one off my my computer. I do have a nice webcam. It's just I can't find it at the moment.
All right. Chair probably is playing pranks on you or something.
It's been hid. It's been hidden. I've been looking for it all day.
All right. You'll find it. I have faith.
But I have done video. I've been using there's an app called Melon app, which is now StreamYards or Streamlabs. I've been using that. There's a couple of other ones I'm looking at. So between the three of them, I'll probably stick with one and do some video here shortly.
Okay, well, that's good. Keep creating, right? Like it's anyway, you as our guest, do you have anything that you would name the show?
There was the one of them that caught my ears was on the Twitter shits. Someone remarked BFD, and then Mike said big fucking deal.
Okay, so
BFD. It was the soccer one.
Yeah, because we can't really.
That one caught my ear real quick.
BFD. Okay, well, good. You'll get back in practice as more you listen to the show. I've got a few.
Big B's unremarkable shoulder.
Oh, the unremarkable shoulder. I didn't have that written down.
It's a fact. I have an unremarkable left shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah, that was a very important part of the show. All right, here's what I got. No offense, but just a show note. She goes down there to get serviced.
What was that from?
That's what Scotty was talking about, the girl cheating.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a mechanic. If we could shorten this, we can make it a show name because I really liked it. It came from young James, the youngest cave dweller of them all. Eat a fart. You're raised by trash.
I'm very proud of him to say that while watching hockey.
If it could just be eat a fart, it would work.
That would almost be a good T-shirt.
Yeah. 2 from Mike Jolitz. Harry Bush none from the Twitter. I just love it. I know I just love it. But I also like during the news when he said, "Drink Wisconsinably," if I pronounce that right. But it comes down to one, ladies and gentlemen. My Big B said this during the Scotty interview. Chair lives. This is my number one. Big B, you haven't been writing a lot down. I think you have 4.
I have 5, but 4 of them have to do with the chair.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
So I think the chair is somehow going to go into the show name.
Very possibly, but we'll see. First one up was from the very beginning. I just wrote down just so I had it. His story is a doozy.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had that too. It's a doozy. His story. How do you spell doozy?
Doozy.
Okay, see, I'm not good at spelling. All right.
A support chair.
Yeah, that I kind of like that too. When you think of it, right?
You exclaimed, "You bathed chair."
Well, it was interesting.
So the next 2 that I have, you have already kind of mentioned. One you mentioned 100%, and the one I have for the show name, you just mentioned if we could change it.
Yeah.
So I have Chair Lives as well.
So definitely 2 votes on Chair Lives, ladies and gentlemen. So 100%. show note.
But I understand that Eat a Fart, You're Raised by Trash is much too long of a show name. But I did write down, and not because you just said it, it's here before I finished writing with a chair thing.
Hey, hang on.
It's where is it? It's right here. So it was still while the show was going on, because there is my final entry of the night.
Yep.
This one just says, Eat a Fart.
Yeah, it's.
I have to go with my son no matter what. I say, eat a fart.
Yeah, I'm good with that, Scotty.
I'll agree. I will agree.
And perhaps, I mean, he's a very young man, so we don't want to like spoil him or anything, but I would be curious to be explained. You know, I can see you inhale a fart, perhaps drink it. We have Eat a Fart in chat too, so Eat a Fart it is. Be very interested to how you eat a fart.
I don't know, but Mike says Mike was the one that says eat a fart, and Sherry concurs.
I concur. So, although Chair, as always, steals the show, Scotty. It's been great having you. I honestly, I don't need to mean to think negatively, but like people disappear, and it's not like I'm stalking you, but I'm like, oh, where's Scotty? Like maybe, he's saying, oh, the fucking McDonald's forgot my napkin or something, and I couldn't see you.
Oh yeah, I got jilted out of a drink today. So,
well, I kind of worry, just so you know, like, even though we make fun of you, I make fun of myself. I make fun of Big B.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm genuinely glad you're okay. So, that being said, accept my fucking friendship so we can stay in touch, and we'll let you know if there's some angle or something we want to do. We might, at some point, we should just, oh my God, I'm going to create AI Chair.
No.
All right. No. If that's Sherry, congratulations, Sherry. We really appreciate it.
You are in the Hall of Fame, Sherry.
Anyway, we got to go because I got to pee. That's what happens on this show. I'm drinking a lot of beer. I haven't seen Big B take a sip of anything all night.
This is empty, and this is empty.
Oh, okay. Normally you swig the peanut butter whiskey. Great job, Cordy. You're in Stancelli. Great job, Scotty. Thanks for joining us. We'll be in touch. We got your number. We might randomly prank you. Who knows? But we'll stay in touch with you.
Sounds like a plan, guys.
All right. Great to see you again. Glad you're doing well. Big B, we're out of here. If you want to say goodbye to the folks.
Later.
We'll see you guys next week. We promise. Talking FLA all night. Well, except for the other segments, but
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here! Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
No! Get out! That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tomorrow they will say, Donald Trump rants and raves at the press. I'm not ranting and raving.